Lord, as I begin this prayer, my heart is filled with deep gratitude for your love, a love that goes beyond any human understanding. It is a love that embraces me at all times, whether in joy or sadness, in victory or in difficulty. You know, Lord, how much I depend on this love to keep going, because it is in it that I find the strength to face each day. Therefore, today I want to take this moment to express all my gratitude for this feeling that surrounds me and sustains me. I thank you, Lord, for loving me unconditionally, even when I stray from the right path, or when I fail to follow your teachings. Your love does not demand perfection, but invites me to be better each day. I know that, through this love, I find the purpose for each of my actions. It is this love that guides me, that gives me a sense of direction, and that reminds me of the value of compassion, security, and justice. I want to live in a way that this love overflows within me and touches the lives of others, reflecting what I receive from you. Lord, there are times when life becomes difficult, and the difficulties seem greater than I can bear. But it is your love that gives me the strength to carry on. When discouragement tries to contact you, I am reminded that this love is constant, no matter the situation. It is a rock on which I stand, knowing that nothing can separate me from this certainty. May I never forget that, no matter what storms arise, your love is with me, like a beacon that lights the way, bringing hope and renewal. Today, I also want to thank you for the many ways in which this love manifests itself in my life. Whether in the smile of a loved one, in the beauty of nature, or in the small victories of everyday life, I can see traces of this love in everything around me. May I always be attentive to notice these manifestations, so that gratitude is constant in my heart. May I not allow the worries of the world to dim the joy that comes from knowing that I am loved by you. I ask, Lord, that this love transforms me from the inside out. May it touch every area of my being, bringing healing to my wounds, peace to my worries, and strength to my moments of weakness. I know that when I am filled with this feeling, I am able to love others with greater intensity and truth. May I be a more patient, more understanding, and more generous person, reflecting the love I receive in my daily actions. May I be a source of comfort and encouragement when interacting with others, always remembering to reach out as you do for me. Lord, I also thank you for those around me who are instruments of this love in my life. People who support me, who understand me, who teach me the importance of living with empathy and compassion. May I never forget to be grateful for these connections. And may I always value and cultivate the relationships that help me grow spiritually. May your love continue to expand through these bonds, creating a chain of support that reaches many hearts. Lord, after recognizing and thanking you for your love that sustains me, I now come to ask that you enable me to live this love fully. You know that I often fail to love as I should. Selfishness, impatience, and human limitations prevent me from extending to others the love I receive from you. Therefore, I pray that you transform my heart, molding it according to your teachings. Enable me to be a genuine source of love, so that my life may be a reflection of the care, kindness, and understanding that comes from you. I ask that throughout this day, I may be sensitive to the emotional and spiritual needs of those around me. May my heart be open to welcome those who are hurting, tired, or lonely. And may I be able to offer words of encouragement and gestures of affection that bring relief. May I not only listen, but truly understand the pain and joy of those I live with, allowing love to overcome the barrier of judgment or indifference. Lord, teach me to be compassionate, to put myself in the other person's shoes, and to act with true empathy. I ask, Lord, that you give me the patience to love in moments of tension. You know that in situations of conflict or frustration, it is easy to lose control and react impulsively. But today I ask that in every difficult moment, I may have the serenity necessary to act calmly and wisely. May the love that you place in my heart be stronger than any irritation. And may I be able to resolve conflicts peacefully, always seeking reconciliation. May my words and actions, even in times of tension, be guided by the desire to preserve harmony and peace among those with whom I live. Also, Lord, enable me to love those who are difficult to love. You know that I often find it difficult to deal with people who have hurt me or who, for some reason, make me uncomfortable. But I know that true love makes no distinction. It extends to everyone, regardless of the circumstances. Therefore, I ask that your love in me be so deep and transformative that I can truly forgive and reach out to those from whom I would naturally turn away. May love be stronger than any resentment, and may I see in each person the opportunity to spread kindness. Lord, enable me to love with humility. You know how pride often prevents me from being vulnerable, from asking for forgiveness, or from recognizing my limitations. But I ask that, on this day, love will teach me to be humble, to put the other person above my own desires, and to seek reconciliation whenever necessary. May I know how to apologize when I make mistakes and have the courage to admit my faults, knowing that true love does not fear humility, but grows from it. May I build solid relationships through this love, based on respect and sincerity. I also ask, Lord, that you teach me to love in a practical way. May love not be limited to words or feelings, but may it be manifested in concrete actions. Lord, as I remember the blessings and love I receive daily, my heart goes out to those who are suffering at this time. You know that there are many who are fighting silent battles, who carry invisible pain, and who are going through deserts of loneliness, anguish, or fear. Therefore, I come to you in intercession for all those who find themselves in this state of affliction. May your comfort surround them, and may they feel your presence in their darkest hours. I ask that you extend your hand over each one, bringing relief, hope, and strength to carry on. Lord, I remember those who suffer physically, facing constant illness and pain. For many, the days are marked by suffering and limitations, and their strength seems to fade with each step. I pray for those who are in hospitals, at home, or in recovery centers, fighting against illnesses. May they find the treatment and care they need, and may physical and emotional comfort reach them. May they feel certain that even in the midst of pain, they are not alone, and that there is hope, even if the path is difficult. I also intercede for those who suffer emotionally, Lord. You know that the mind can often be a silent battlefield where sadness, anxiety, and despair dominate. I pray for those who feel lost in their own thoughts, who carry the weight of trauma, fear, or feelings of inadequacy. May they find the peace they so seek, and may they feel your hand guiding them to the light amidst their inner turmoil. May they be strengthened in every moment of weakness, and may they hope to be reborn in their hearts. Lord, I also place before you those who suffer from loss of loved ones, dreams, opportunities. You know that the grief and sadness that these absences bring can be devastating. May they find comfort and recovery amid the pain of separation. May their cherished memories bring comfort, and may the joy of living fill their hearts once again. I pray for strength and resilience so that they may be able to rise again, even when the pain seems unbearable. There are also, Lord, those who suffer from injustice, people who live in situations of oppression, violence, discrimination, and abuse. You know that the world is full of inequalities, and many are marginalized, silenced, or mistreated by circumstances beyond their control. I intercede for their lives, so that they may find justice, liberation, and dignity. May they be seen, heard, and supported, and may their stories not be forgotten or ignored. May the suffering caused by cruel hands be transformed into redemption, and may they find protection and support to move forward. Lord, in the midst of everything we experience, the struggles and the achievements, I come to reaffirm my trust in your care. I know that many times, the world around me makes me question the direction of things, and insecurity can try to take up space in my heart. But today I choose to rest in the certainty that you are always taking care of me, even when the paths seem uncertain. I ask that this trust be renewed each day, so that I never forget that you are my refuge, and that nothing goes unnoticed in your eyes. You are faithful in every detail, and that is why I place everything in your hands. Lord, I know that your wisdom goes beyond what I can understand, and that even in moments when answers are delayed or results seem distant, there is a greater purpose at work. I ask that, in each situation I face, I have the patience necessary to wait for your timing, trusting that everything is working for the good. Help me to cast aside the anxiety that sometimes consumes me, and replace it with the peace of knowing that you never fail. May my trust be like a firm anchor that keeps me steady even in the most turbulent waters. I also ask, Lord, that I may be able to trust in your care, not only in the big decisions of life, but also in the little things of everyday life. You know that I often worry about details that seem insignificant, but that, when accumulated, weigh heavily on my heart. May I remember that no aspect of my life is too small for your watchful eye. From the greatest challenges to the smallest concerns, I want to surrender everything to you, knowing that your love is careful in every aspect. I know that in the past I have faced difficult moments that made me doubt, but looking back I realize that your care was present the entire time. Even in situations where I seemed alone, you were guiding me, protecting me, and providing for me. May these memories strengthen me for the future, reminding me that no matter what happens, I can trust that you are always by my side. May this certainty not only be something that I recognize intellectually, but that I feel this confidence deep in my heart, living each day with tranquility and security. Lord, I also ask that you help me to trust when the results are not as I expected. You know that there are times when things do not go according to my plans, and this can lead to frustration and discouragement. But I know that your ways are higher, and that even when I do not understand the why, I can trust that everything has a greater purpose. May I, instead of clinging to the idea of control, let go of the reins and let you guide my path. May I be able to see beyond the disappointments and understand that, many times, what didn't happen was precisely what protected me or prepared me for something better. I want to start, Lord, with the little things. You know that we often wait for great opportunities to show love, but it is in the simple gestures of everyday life that it manifests itself most. May I be kind to those I meet, attentive to the needs of those around me, and always willing to listen and help. May I reflect a little of your love to the world with every smile, every word of support, or every act of generosity. May I never underestimate the impact that these small gestures can have on someone's life. I also ask that you give me the patience to love in difficult times. You know that it is often easy to be loving when everything is going well, but it is in moments of tension when trials are present that true love reveals itself. May I be an agent of peace and reconciliation in times of conflict, always seeking unity and understanding. May I have the wisdom to remain calm and willing to forgive, knowing that forgiveness is one of the greatest acts of love I can offer. May the love in me always be stronger than any resentment or hurt. Lord, I also want to reflect your love in situations where the world prefers indifference. You know that we are often tempted to ignore the suffering of others or to turn away from their problems, believing that they do not directly affect us. But I know that true love is not limited to what is convenient or easy. I ask that you give me the courage to get involved, to be a safe haven for those who are going through difficulties, and to reach out to those who need it most. May I have eyes to see beyond appearances and an open heart to welcome without judgment. I ask, Lord, that your love in me be inclusive. May I never make a distinction between who deserves to be loved and who does not, because I know that your love is no respecter of persons. May I be able to love everyone, regardless of their background, condition, or choices. May I see the value of every human being created in your image, and may this motivate me to act with kindness and respect, even when others do not reciprocate in the same way. May I be a reflection of acceptance and compassion in a world so divided by differences and prejudices. Lord, I also desire that your love transforms me from the inside out. May it begin in my heart, changing the way I see myself and others. You know that I often carry judgments, fears, and insecurities within me that limit my ability to love fully. But today I ask that you remove these obstacles so that my love can be pure, selfless, and true. May I learn to love without expecting anything in return. And may this love be constant, uninfluenced by circumstances or the behavior of others. Finally, I ask, Lord, that your love in me inspires others to love as well. May people, upon seeing my actions, feel encouraged to practice kindness, generosity, and compassion. May I, through every act of love, plant seeds of hope and faith in the hearts of those around me.